Hi, everybody. It's Angelo Caruso, and I am excited because I've got a Facebook group going now called Present Like a Pro, and we've got over 250 members. That number is growing very quickly. But the reason I'm excited is because we have people from all over the world, many, many different countries, and we have people from all walks of life. Of course, we have salespeople who, two types of salespeople, those that are getting paid a commission, which means the quality of their presentations is a direct relationship to the kind of life that they can lead, the kind of family upbringing that they can provide. We also have people who are not selling, people in leadership position. There's a lady who's trying to get, she's running for senator. And of course, her presentations are very important to her campaign. We have authors in the group, we have professional speakers in the group, and everybody has a different reason for wanting to become a better speaker. When I think about the things that can improve someone's lifestyle or life in general, we think about things like a college degree, maybe even a graduate degree or a master's program of some sort. And when I help people improve their presentation skills, we're not talking about a college degree, a formal college degree, which takes a lot of time and takes thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. What we're talking about is an exchange of information from someone who's been there and done that. I mean, I have experienced anything that you could go through in the speaking business. I used to be, I know it's hard to believe, a mousy, bespeckled, skinny little kid in high school. And I did not have a lot of self-confidence. I'll tell you that story sometime when we have a little bit more time about some of the things that happened to me when I was a kid. But I did not have that confidence that you see today when I get on stage. I cultivated it and I developed it over time by hanging around with people who knew more about speaking than I did. And I borrowed ideas from them and I adapted and adopted those ideas and became the person I am today based on that modeling or that mentoring. And so when I approach this today, my version of helping other people, I don't think about that you have to go to college for several years to get a degree in this. I don't think about joining a giant speaker association and having to endure the high dues and the meetings month after month after month, and sometimes year after year to get to some sort of, hallowed place in the speaking business. I think you can do it very quickly if you immerse yourself in it with a proven program with the right person. And so I've set up an online program that's only 6 weeks, and you'll learn more about yourself and more about the speaking business in this 6 weeks than you could ever learn in a college curriculum. And you're learning it from somebody who's mastered it, right? I've been on the keynote circuit now for 20 years. I am routinely paid quite a bit of money to do keynotes. In fact, we're going to the United Kingdom for the 4th time in 18 months next week to give a talk. And I don't mind, and unlike a lot of other speakers, I don't mind showing you all the tricks, right? Because people helped me on the way up, and I want to help other people. So we set up this online program to do so. And I also offer a free call if you care to be on that free call. And I can't do free calls for everybody, so we ask you to answer a few questions just to make sure that you're actually in the right airspace to take advantage of the type of information that I share. But I'll give you the link to that in just a second. Before we do, I want to talk a little bit more about this idea of upgrading your life and using something like speaking, your ability to convey information and your ability to convey collected content, right? We all have a body of knowledge. We all know stuff that people would pay money to hear if we could just put it in an attractive package, right? And that's really what a speech is, a keynote speech or a presentation. And I asked my Facebook group the other day to talk a little bit about when they think about a life upgrade, when they think about the dream life, what do they think about? What comes to mind for them? And I got some interesting answers from these salespeople and these leaders and these politicians and these professional speakers. Of course, a number of them said, just making more money would be a huge upgrade, right? So being able to change your tax bracket or just say that, I moved from 5 figures to 6 figures, or I moved from low 6 figures to high 6 figures is all a good thing. Because as my favorite philosopher, David Lee Roth, once said, money can't buy you happiness. but it can buy you a yacht big enough to sail right up next to it. So money offers choices, right, and opportunities, and that's why money is important. Now, I'm big on helping people, and that was the second thing that people mentioned on the call. They said, well, if I have a body of knowledge that's able to help people, I want to get that information out to as many people as I can, and then the other rewards will come. The first thing is I want to help people. And they're right. You know, I've learned a long time ago, the more people I help, the more money I make. And that's the order I like to think about it. I don't think about making money first. I think about helping others. And then the money comes, right? The opportunities come. So the first one was money. The second one was helping people. A third thing that people mentioned was, you know, the ability to upgrade their standard of living. And none of the people in my group are, I don't think, destitute. Almost all of them make a living. But I think a lot of them would like to upgrade their family situation. Maybe they live in suburbia where every house looks the same, and they want to move into a neighborhood that has a loft-like experience where there are some design going on and some, you know, maybe they want to move from the suburbs into the city. It always costs a little bit more money to live in the city. Some of the people that are in our group live in the city now. They want to move out to the country, or they want to move to the waterfront, whether it's on a lake or a river or even ocean. And that takes a little bit more money. So they started to think about their dream life. They started to think about where they wanted to live. And that is a big motivator for a lot of people. One lady gave a very surprising answer. She said, you know, my son, I have a couple of kids, but one son in particular, my youngest son, he's not very big for his age, and he's struggling in school, not academically, but he's getting bullied in school. And I've been to the school numerous times to ask them to help me take care of this, and they are not helping. And I need to get my son out of that school. And you could almost hear she was getting choked up as she explained this to me on the call. And I felt really bad for her. And my very first thing I think is, well, how can I help? And I teach presentation skills, and she wants to be a better presenter. And I said to her, let's get you tooled up so that you've increased your revenue stream from speaking so that you have options about where your child can go to school. Wouldn't that be great? And she was quiet for a moment. She said, that would be wonderful. And so this is the kind of thing that we're talking about when we talk about an upgraded standard of living or a dream life, or if you can't live your dream life, how about something closer to your dream life than where you are right now? All in favor, say yes. And so these are the types of things that we're talking about when we are on the Present Like a Pro Facebook group. It's easily found on Facebook. You have to be accepted into the group. And then once you are, we ask you to introduce yourself and tell us why you're in the group, what's going right with your presentations, perhaps more importantly, what's going wrong and what would you like to improve. And then we get you the medicine that you need. You know, I've always said if you've got a sore or a gaping wound on your right arm, it does no good to put antiseptic on the left leg or the left arm. We need to put the medicine on the wound where it belongs. And if I spend enough time with you, I can always figure out where you need work on your presentations. But if you already know, man, and you just tell me, we can get you that medicine right away. So, as one of my givebacks to the industry that has given me so much, I have been very fortunate to travel the world, almost always on somebody else's dime, because they're paying for the speaker to come to the event, right? The speaker always gives the fee plus expenses. I've been very fortunate to travel the world doing what I love. And as part of my give back to the industry that I love so much, I'm offering free consultations to people whose presentations are very, very important to them, right? And this isn't true for a lot of people, so no fibbing on this. If you could take or leave your presentations, I'm not inviting you to this call. I'm talking about people who take their presentations very seriously, where their presentations determine the quality of their lifestyle, or their presentations determine whether or not they get to keep their job, or presentations determine whether or not they're in line for promotions. If this describes you, I'm talking to you. And my give back is to do the occasional phone consult. Again, I cannot go on the calls with everybody that wants to do this, but I help as many people as I can. And if you'd like to apply, I'm happy to get you into the queue. So to find out more about this, you would first need to access my calendar and book a time. I ask you to answer a few key questions, and then of course, we'll get you on the call and get you pointed in the right direction. I always talk about getting your GPS recalibrated so it's actually going in the direction that you want to go in toward your dream life. So the link that you want to go to is www.michaelangelocaruso.com. Michaelangelo Caruso is my full name. MichaelAngeloCaruso, michaelangelocaruso.com/talk to find out about available slots on my calendar. And then, of course, we'll book the call and get you pointed in the right direction. I want nothing but the best for you and your speaking opportunities. Even if you don't want to be a professional speaker, there is so much room for you to grow under this speaking umbrella where you develop a more significant revenue stream from your job or a separate revenue stream from the act of being a part-time keynote speaker. That's pretty cool. There are people that just do speaking online. They develop online courses as a separate line of income from what they normally do for a living, 9 to 5. And then they make money while they sleep. And it's all done, ladies and gentlemen, through the power of presentations. It's amazing. I did it. And if this skinny little kid from Trenton, Michigan can do it, you can do it too. So michaelangelocaruso.com/talk. And if you're interested in being part of the Present Like a Pro Facebook page, you can find us easily on Facebook. Just let us know that you want to be part of the group. We'll let you in and get you introduced to all the talented and smart people on that group. So thanks very much, everybody, for listening to me today. And please share this invitation with anyone you know whose presentations could be better. Whenever I ask live audiences, how many of you know somebody who could be a better speaker? Everybody starts to smile and raise their hand because we've all sat through such crappy presentations. And it doesn't have to be that way. Let's get these people help and let's get moving. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.